Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see how we can use the integrated terminal in Visual Studio Code. We did see previously that Visual Studio Code is a cross-platform IDE provided by Microsoft, but in all of these platforms, the only one thing common is the terminal. Windows has a terminal, Linux has a terminal, even Mac operating system have a terminal. And most of the times on cross-platform tooling, developers would be using the terminals to automate the processes. Even, for example, you can see the system admins use PowerShell, which is a terminal-based automation tool that lets them do their jobs quickly. Similarly, in this video we are going to see how we can use the integrated terminal in Visual Studio Code to perform some actions. In the previous videos, if you had paid enough attention, you would have noticed that there was no run button provided in Visual Studio Code, which was featured in the Visual Studio itself, and many other IDEs provide the same functionality. However, Visual Studio Code has no similar functionality to run the projects or the applications. So, in order to run the applications, we will see how we can open up the terminal and execute the command to start the project. We use the Ctrl+tilde key to open up the terminal. And since I am on a Linux machine, I will be provided with the bash terminal. You may be provided with a CMD or any other terminal that is the default on your machine. And so let me execute the .NET run command and see what happens. It will compile the project and show the output of the project. So now let us try getting some input from the user using the integrated terminal. And for that I will change the code in C# and I will write a different one that will ask the user for some input. And as you can see, all this code is doing it is trying to get the value from the user, and then it is trying to greet that user with his name. So let us just run the project using the similar command that we executed previously. And I will enter my own name, Afzal Ahmad Zishan. There, it works similarly as it would on Windows environment using the Visual Studio IDE. And so that was pretty much simple. Let us go ahead and have a look at the usage of integrated terminal to, let's say, how we can perform the actions for a version control system, right? So let's go ahead to the version control section in Visual Studio Code. And as you can see, there are a few changes in the Git repository, and the Visual Studio Code is telling us that there are 3 changes. So we will simply just go ahead and add all of those files to the staging, and then we will simply commit the changes to the repository. And using the terminal, we were able to commit the changes in the repository. And so this wraps up the video. In this video we saw how we can use the integrated terminal in Visual Studio Code for any of our purposes, from committing the changes to the GitHub repository or to running the application and testing it.